Hi, welcome to AwkwardHamster. Recently, a viewer asked if I can post a video of the Guild Wars 2 running on a Mac client. This is the Mac beta client, which installs natively on OS X. First thing is, I'm going to just show you my internet speed. New York is my closest server, and I just want to show that I do not have slow internet. And the reason I want to show this is because if there's any latency issues or anything that appears to be lagging, it's not because of the internet. I basically purchased the highest possible internet for the residential address. So I get about 17 down and 15 up. Next is the hardware I'm running this on. This is the MacBook Pro with Retina display. This is essentially the most advanced laptop there is out there. It has a top-line video card, SSD hard drive, 8 gigs of RAM, it's an i7 processor, that's Ivy Bridge. And with that said, well, let's go ahead and start Guild Wars. Now, this Guild Wars client, the build is 1.0.008467. And let's log in here. So previously I was playing, first thing I did was install Windows on Parallel 7, which is a virtual machine, and then install Guild Wars on top of that. The gameplay was okay. It was about 15 frames per second at most, usually around 12 to 15 frames per second. It was a bit choppy, but it was still playable. It's not ideal, it's still playable. Then, next thing I did was I installed Windows via Boot Camp. With that, the frame rate was excellent. I got about 32 to 35 frames per second. And you know what? The problem with that was that it took up a lot of hard disk space because I had to allocate like basically 50 to 60 gig partition just to install Windows and Guild Wars. Guild Wars is an 18 gig game, and they recommend 25 gigs. And keep in mind, I have an SSD that I cannot remove on this MacBook Pro with Retina. So any sort of hard drive allocation, it needs to be carefully considered because I also have a lot of videos on here. I do a lot of video editing. Let me just go and pick a fight with this worm thing. Oops. Pick a fight with the wrong worm. Right. I just want to show you basically the how the combat is, how smooth the hammers are, or essentially unsmooth it is during combat. So I'm not sure you saw it. It's a bit choppy when the character brings down a hammer and smash upon this worm thing. And well, see, do you see that lag that just pause? It just happens throughout. I'm trying to turn the character, and it seems like at first it chopped, then then quickly caught up. And let me show you the resolution. I am not even playing on the highest resolution here. This is all I'm playing on. And as for the presets, everything's set to the lowest. It says 30 frames. It hovers between 28 frames to 30 frames. It plays more like probably 15 to 20 frames, not 28 to 30. If I would set this to auto detect, this is the most disappointing part. See this? One high. Sometimes depending on what I'm doing, there'll probably be like a medium here and there, but still, I'm on a top-of-line computer. Why is only this animation on high? Whereas when this was installed on Windows, when this was running on the Windows that was installed natively via Boot Camp, if I chose auto detect, everything here will be on the highest, and I have no problem. I can even bump this resolution pretty darn high, and everything will still be playing smoothly. And now, whether or not I'm playing it on the boot camp or playing on this or playing through the virtual machine, there's one inherent problem, which is the heat. It's blistering heat comes from under the keyboard. It's sometimes it's to the point where I need to move my hands or I'll get burnt. That's how hot it gets. And so that's why whenever I play this game now, I set it to the best performance, which is set everything to the lowest possible resolution. And the frame rate, it says 30, but believe me, it is not 30. It's still choppy. Look at that. It's better than playing on the parallels. It's still better than playing on the virtual machine install. and it's nothing compared to what it was when I was playing on the Windows that was installed via Boot Camp. So this is tolerable. This is a beta, as said right here, the Mac beta client. Well, the moment the Mac beta came out, I quickly deleted the Windows partition so I can free up another 60 gigs. And you know what? I'm willing to put up with this. At least the publishers of this game, they're moving in the right direction. They recognize that there's people out there like myself and some of my viewers that's looking forward to playing this game on a Mac. Well, I hope I answered your question. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, feel free to send to me. Thanks for watching AwkwardHamster. Bye.